I'm curious what the audience feels like is their go-to Super Bowl matchup that you'd most like to watch now that you don't necessarily maybe have the skin in the game with the Cowboys, and maybe you are a fan of another team that's still in the playoffs, and it's obvious at least what team you're pulling for to get there. But what's the matchup you'd most like to see? I have a feeling that we all want to see the number one Super Bowl matchup we all want to see. I think we all have the same one, and so I'd like to play a little game here. Will, I don't know if you've ever played this with us before. Zero, you're familiar. On 3, we're going to say the matchup at the same time that we all want to see.
Okay, do we start with the NFC? Or
Start with the AFC.
AFC,
so
NFC.
It'll be
okay.
blank versus blank is all you're going to say. And you're not going to say the city. You're going to say the team name.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, damn
So,
it.
for instance, you're going to say, I don't know, you're going to say Bengals and Niners. Okay?
Yep.
You're going to go AFC then NFC. And it's going to be Bengals versus Niners or whatever it is. Okay? Because I think we all know what we want to see. I think. We ready?
No.
Okay. Very
Wait,
good.
is this us or the NFL?
No, this is us. This is what we personally would like to see.
Oh,
the Super Bowl matchup we would personally like to see.
Okay.
Because none of us are like fans of any of these teams, right?
Yeah. No, I got my AFC. I've got my AFC team.
Okay. I thought this was gonna be way easier.
No,
I thought it was kind of a no-brainer.
I just want to.
We want to see this. Maybe I'm wrong. Clearly, I'm wrong.
You're wrong, dude.
All right, I've got it.
All right.
I went with I power ranked what I thought the NFL would want to see.
No, totally fine. Totally fine.
Okay.
But I would like to know what we want to watch because I think we should probably all have the same answer to this. We ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Bengals, Rams,
Packers.
I said Bengals, Packers. What
so
did
you
say?
want to see Bengals, Rams. You want to see Bengals, Packers.
Yeah.
And I want to see Chiefs and Packers.
Okay. I thought
everybody wanted to see Chiefs and Packers.
I had Chiefs, Packers.
Mahomes and Rodgers?
Okay.
It's just
So-
my thing is the underdog, that element. Seeing Joe Burrow win a championship. I'm a big fan of the guy. I love the storyline. Just oh my god. I see what you're saying though, and I'm totally okay.
I need Joe Burrow to suffer a little bit more.
I don't need any suffering from him, man.
Yeah,
I want a new dog. I want fresh blood.
Look, it's obvious with me, right? This is where I'm from, even though I grew up a Bears fan. I mean, there's so many people that I love dearly would be just ecstatic. I'd be happy for the city, and I like watching them, right? They're fun to watch. Burrow, Chase, Higgins, Boyd, Mix. I mean, that's Zoma. That's a good crew, and they've got a good defense. But as far as like the NFL, like your matchup, I had that as number 2. And what I mean by NFL, like the league, and I think fans of the league, I actually had that at number 2. Would more people like to see Rodgers and Mahomes, or rather see, and I'm not saying Stafford, but just the Rams and the Chiefs?
Yeah, I think that's a strong one. I think
because
that's
the Rams have so much. The NFL would love it because it's LA, right? Huge market,
and the Super Bowl's in LA.
Nobody's won
So
their own.
That's right.
I don't like Aaron Rodgers.
Somebody has one in their own. Didn't the Bucks do it just
Last
last
year?
year?
Oh God.
Welcome to 2022.
Oh man, that's a stat. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Dog.
You are 100% right.
Be crazy
Yep,
if it
I'm
happened
an
2
idiot.
years in a row, right?
That would be epic.
But
It's
you
never
have
happened
so
before in the history of the
many
Super Bowl. 2
stars.
years in a row.
I mean, how many stars are we talking about? Like Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Odell Beckham Jr., Cooper Kupp.
And I mean, Matthew Stafford is a big name. So I think that's a good one. I'll read some texters.
I think you're right though, Eric. In terms of offensive firepower,
like don't you want to see?
That's
what
I want.
Get it. We
that's
didn't get
what
it this
I want.
year.
I don't want a defensive just slugfest. I don't want that.
I
don't want that in the Super Bowl. I want a shootout. I want Rams Chiefs like that. You remember that regular season game was like
exactly.
Monday night.
We talked about earlier.
That's what I want in the Super Bowl.
Totally.
And I think you're probably right, Eric. That Chiefs Packers matchup probably gives us the best
and remember
chance
that this was the game of the year that we were expecting. I mean, there was some circled, right? We knew that, Brady going back to New England was one, but we were all like, oh, Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers.
And then we got like a 14-7 Jordan Love game. And
it
was like, really?
Because Rodgers, was out. So, I mean, I do think nobody's going to be disappointed with having that matchup. I mean, I had it at number 2 just because Rams star power, but I mean, I can't disagree with you.
Yeah, I just think that like when you look back, you're gonna want to have seen the two GOAT level quarterbacks like Mahomes and Rodgers duking it out like that. I think that's going to be absolutely epic, and it's a rematch of Super Bowl I, which I'm sure the NFL would appreciate.
Yeah, but Aaron's going to boycott the Super Bowl anyways.
Oh, that's right. I did forget about that.
The 214
totally kills your
on the Autoflex Leasing fan text had what I wrote down as my least favorite, or what the NFL would want the least. And of course, it's without a question going to be involving the Tennessee Titans. But I had Tennessee, San Francisco.
Yeah, me too.
Horrible.
That's the bottom.
100%. That's the one, because that's not a sexy quarterback matchup at all. Like at all. No one cares about Ryan Tannehill. No one cares about Jimmy Garoppolo. I think that's the one thing when the NFL's looking at it.
You know that.
Oh, go bleep yourself, Zero. We're talking about like the NFL's going to want the general star power, but particularly the quarterbacks. Like you want Brady Mahomes. You want Rodgers Mahomes. You want Rodgers, Josh Allen. You don't want Garoppolo versus Tannehill.
No.
That is not very cool at all.
I think that everybody would be, we've seen that movie with the 49ers in it with Garoppolo. I don't know if anybody's interested in that one again.
No.
And then nobody really, unless you're a Titans fan, nobody really cares about the Titans. So, it's not like a team with a lot of history. We don't look at them and think Houston Oilers.
That's fired.
White.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just, I think that's, pretty basic around, the country outside of Nashville or outside of the state of Tennessee. I will say that I had just behind them, my rooting interest from here on out is definitely with the Bengals, but if it's not the Bengals, which I don't even think it will be. I mean, I think they have a good shot to beat Tennessee. They very well could. I'd really like to see Buffalo get there.
I mean, listen, if Buffalo's playing like they did Saturday night, where they're just high flying, dominating, playing really good defense, but the offense is just stupid nasty, then that's what I want to see as well. And they'll have a chance to unseat Mahomes and the Chiefs, and if they do that, they're going to end up having to be extremely dominant on offense in order to beat the Chiefs on Sunday. I have no problem with the Bills being in the Super Bowl. If it's going to be Bills versus Packers, totally fine with that. That's a star-studded quarterback matchup as well. Two awesome teams.
None of us have even brought up Tom Brady and Tampa.
Yeah. And I think
would you all be disappointed?
There's no matchup there that I think Brady in the Super Bowl. Nobody beats Brady in the Super Bowl, especially not any of these other teams.
Well,
I just don't see it happen. It's not happening.
Nick Foles and Eli Manning.
I mean, the fact that he could be going for
8.
Okay, I was about to say 9.
Yeah.
It's gotten so ridiculous, I don't even remember how many he's got. I mean, it's just going to be, he's starting to do a Cal Ripken Jr., Joe DiMaggio thing where.
It's going to happen. Tom's going back to the Super Bowl. That's my prediction. It's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen. It obviously wouldn't be surprising. I mean, I don't personally have Brady fatigue. I marvel at it. I think it's outstanding. But I don't find the Bucs now with some of the injuries they've suffered. I don't find them as sexy of a watch as I did even last year. I wouldn't have a problem with it. I'd much rather have the Bucs. I mean, if it's not going to be the Packers, I mean, I guess the Rams.
As long as it doesn't have the Titans or the 49ers, I think we're like going to be okay.
But if it is the Bucs, who do you want out of the AFC?
I mean, I still want it to be the Chiefs or the Bills. I mean, the AFC to me,
or the Bengals. I mean, I'll take all 3 of those really against it.
I'll take the Bengals, but I don't know. There's a part of me,
baby.
I still want to see like Joe Burrow, man. And I got so much love for Joe Burrow, and he was my guy in that draft. And I'm not surprised at how awesome he's been. I love everything about him, but it's like Heisman, national championship, and then 5 seconds in the NFL, and you got a Super Bowl appearance already. I mean, it would be super cool, but I still am in the mode where I want to see, like, I got plenty of time to see Joe Burrow. And I know I still got plenty of time to see, like, Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes as well. But, Man, I really do want to see Mahomes and Rodgers. That would be completely epic.
It would be.
It would be
so
completely epic, dude.
I tell you what, if somebody had from the 2-1-4 Bengals over the Bills would be sexier. I will say that let's say that matchup happens, that will be a lot of fun for anybody my age. 42. I mean, the last time the Bills got beat before they went to 4 straight Super Bowls, they got beat by the Bengals in the AFC Championship game. Before that, I mean, that was the last team. I mean, that was every bit the same team. I mean, it was good. Obviously, you go to 4 straight Super Bowls. But damn, that's how long it's been since they've been consistently good. You know? I mean, they would pop up every now and again, right? With, who was their quarter? Was it Tyrod Taylor? When they had one of those good years? Like, it'd be a one-off up until when Josh Allen turned around. But that's the last time I can remember where, like, the Bills were just, nothing for so long.
For sure. Yeah, and
maybe Drew Bledsoe, actually, I think maybe had a good year or two after he left Cowboys.
Aren't the Bengals looking for their first ever road playoff game? Isn't that what it is? The Bengals are looking for their first ever road playoff victory ever of all, like in the entire history of their franchise.
That's probably right, because I know they beat Seattle and then Buffalo to go to the Super Bowl, and both of those were at Riverfront. And I was too young, and I know that they beat the Chargers. I don't know what they did the week before, back in '82. So it's probably right.
I'm seeing all L's at away.
A lot of Houston in there. Texans. Right?
Yes.
Yep. Couple of Texans games in here.
So it seems like we all agree, except for the Titans fan in the 903. I'm sorry to that guy. He always sits around on a Wednesday waiting for the Wooly Bully power rankings. Where do the Titans fall? Where do the Titans fall? The Titans have been disrespected all season. They continue to be. And 903, I'm sorry about it, but like I think even you.
Sorry, nobody cares about your team.
Well, it's just like what is it being compared to? Like, does anybody want to watch Ryan Tannehill and Mike Vrabel go run the ball and score 20 points? Or do they want to watch Pat Mahomes or Josh Allen fling that thing around the field for 4 quarters and drop
Did Julio do
30
anything?
plus on you?
Did Julio really do anything before he got injured?
No, he had his first touchdown reception of the season in like the last game of the season, if I'm not mistaken. Julio Jones, he was a non-factor all season long.
Got a touchdown.
One of the biggest disappointments.
I think last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, like I said,
first touchdown of the year.
Yeah, first touchdown of the year, last game of the season. So, anyways, it looks like a lot of people do want to see either Bills, Packers, or Chiefs, Packers, Rams, Chiefs. I mean, those are definitely sexier matchups for sure. I'm fine with seeing the Brady Rodgers rematch in the NFC Championship too. Absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
But
you always like having new blood, but there's just something about when you get the same ones, either getting revenge or just not able to get past that hump. Because last year, I mean, Brady does what matters when it matters, but damn, they seem to win despite him. I mean, that was 3 turnovers, 3 interceptions at least 3 turnovers.
Brady at Lambeau.
Yeah.
At Lambeau, yeah.
That's what we saw last year, and they crushed them, even though Brady threw 3 picks.